Hi friends, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new here. Today I'm going to be doing a soft autumn makeup look for you guys. I absolutely love seasonal color analysis and I think it's so interesting and so helpful when you figure out what season you are. And while I typically go for more cool toned makeup looks, I have been researching the soft autumn season and I thought it would be really fun to share with you guys what I've learned and create a soft autumn makeup look in hopes that it might help somebody here. So if you guys want to see how I created this makeup look, then keep watching. As I've been researching the soft autumn season, a lot of my information has come from this one website that I found that I really like. It's called the Concept Wardrobe. I'll link that down below, but I just wanted to let you guys know like where a lot of my information is coming from. We're gonna start out with foundation, and from my research I learned that for a soft autumn, because soft autumns have more of a like muted, soft, gentle appearance, you don't want a foundation that is too matte or too shiny. You want something kind of in between that kind of matches the gentleness of the soft autumn look, if that makes sense. So the first foundation that I thought of personally is the Maybelline Lumi Matte Foundation. It says it in the name, it's kind of luminous, kind of matte, it's kind of in between. So I thought that it would be perfect for this look. So I'm going to just apply a bit of this on my hand, and I'm wearing the shade 112 in this, by the way. And I'm just gonna pick this up with my sponge. So I'm on my last sponge. I really need to order more. And the other day, my child took a bite out of the top of the sponge. So anyways, that's why the tip is gone and there's like little bite marks on it, but I did clean it. But anyways, I just need to order more. So it is what it is. Another thing that I learned is that on softer seasons, like the soft summer season and the soft autumn season, harsh lines with makeup can be very apparent. So obviously it's always important to make sure makeup is well blended in and there aren't any harsh lines, but I think that harsh lines stand out even more on softer seasons. So that's one of the reasons that I love blending foundation in with a sponge. I feel like it's really easy to make the foundation just appear really smoothly on the skin and avoid any of those harsh lines that we don't want. And obviously when it comes to choosing a foundation shade for soft autumns, you want to choose something that has a bit of yellow in it because warm undertones are a little bit more yellow. So you want to make sure that the foundation is really a good match for your undertone and your skin tone, because if it's not, then I think that's going to be really extra apparent on a soft season as well. Okay, so now that I have my foundation all blended in, I'm going to apply a little bit of a cream bronzer, and I'm going to be using this Makeup by Mario Soft Sculpt Skin Enhancer. I have the shade Light in this bronzer, and as you can see, it is a warmer shade. I also have the Makeup by Mario Light Medium shade, and this one is a bit more neutral in undertone than the light shade. I don't know if you can see that on the camera, but the light shade has a little bit more warmth, so I would recommend that for a soft autumn, whereas something like the light medium shade with a little bit more of a cool undertone might be perfect for like a soft summer season. I'm going to be using the light shade that has a tiny bit more warmth in it, but I think that both shades would work really well for the soft autumn season. In my research, I learned that even though the soft autumn season is technically a warm or like neutral warm season, they still want to avoid bronzers that have a lot of orange tones or like rusty reddish tones in them. Something that is more neutral or neutral warm is actually going to look best on a soft autumn. Something with too much orange is going to look too harsh and is going to really stand out on a soft autumn. So if you're a soft autumn, you'll want to stick to a bronzer that is slightly more neutral or even has like a little bit of pink in it, or like more of a dusty bronzer, if that makes sense. A bronzer with a lot of shimmer in it is also going to be something that a soft autumn will want to avoid. It's going to be a little bit too harsh and stand out too much on a soft autumn season. So you're going to want to stick to something that is a little bit more matte or has more of a skin-like finish to it, like this Makeup by Mario product, rather than something that has a lot of shimmer or glow in it. I'm gonna apply a little bit of this Tower 28 concealer under my eyes, and I'm using the shade BU. I'm also gonna set my face with this Huda Beauty Easy Bake Loose Setting Powder in the shade Cupcake. A lot of glow and luminosity can look a bit off on a soft autumn season, so I just want to make sure that my oils are controlled and my face isn't looking too glowy by the end of the day. I also just quickly filled in my brows with the Ravie Easy Everyday Brow Pencil in the shade Deep Brown. And now for eyes, if you're a soft autumn season, you want to stick to more neutral, soft, like earthy tones on the eyes. And so I'm going to start out with a contour to kind of give my eyes a little bit of shape, and then I'll apply some eyeshadow over top. So I'm going to be using this Morphe Shapelifter Micro Contour Stick in the shade Tapered. And I really like this because it's a contour, but it's not too cool, and it has these like rosy tones in it, which I think is just really fitting for a soft autumn season. So I'm just going to kind of swipe this top of my eyelid and then blend it out, and then also just apply a bit of this underneath as well. And I'm just going to kind of blend this up into my crease. But I really love this shade for a soft autumn because it has those rosy tones in it that are just really neutral and just really fitting for soft seasons. I think this would work really well for a soft autumn as well as a soft summer season, because it's not too cool and it's not too warm. It's very neutral. I just did the same thing on my other eye, and now I'm going to be using the Wet n Wild Walking on Eggshells palette. I love this palette for the soft autumn season because it's not too orangey and warm, but it is definitely kind of neutral, leaning slightly warm. You definitely do get a couple of warmer shades in here, but this deep brown is very neutral, as well as this like pink shimmer shade and this lighter shade. And so I think that it'll be just really perfect and like nicely balanced for the soft autumn makeup look that I'm going for. So I'm just going to start with this warmer brown shade and just apply that in my crease. I'm actually gonna mix it with this lighter shade just to kind of lighten it a bit. I'm gonna apply a tiny bit of that under my eye as well. And then I'm going to take this pink shimmer shade and just apply that on my lid, kind of starting in the more inner portion of my eyelid and then blending it out toward the outer portion of my eye. Another thing to note is that matte eyeshadows or shadows with a little bit of a sheen are going to look a lot more cohesive on a soft autumn season. Something with a lot of glitter in it is just gonna look way too harsh and look off on a soft autumn. Okay, I'm gonna do the same to the other eye, starting with mixing these two. Applying it in my crease. Taking the pink shimmer again, blending that out. This formula is just so pretty too. This palette I believe is under $5 at the drugstore, and I'm just so impressed every time I use it. It's such a high-end feeling formula to me. Okay, and then I'm gonna take this lighter shade and pop that into my inner corner and a bit on my brow bone as well. So for eyeliner, you're gonna wanna stay away from bold eyeliners. Obviously bright colors or a harsh black is gonna look off on a soft autumn. So you wanna stick to something that is very soft and like subtle earthy tones. So like a very soft brown or a warmer gray or like a soft purple or green or something like that. I personally am just going to take this brown and use it as a liner. In my research, it said that using eyeshadow as a liner can be better for soft autumns because it just gives a softer appearance than like a eyeliner pencil or especially like a gel eyeliner or a liquid liner. And I'm also just applying the tiniest bit of liner kind of on the outer third of my upper lash line. So mascara is kind of similar to eyeliner in that you don't want a harsh black mascara. You want to opt for like a soft chocolatey brown shade, or even a warm gray, or just like a softer, more natural looking shade. So I'm going to be using this L'Oreal Extensionist mascara in the shade True Brown. And I've been loving this mascara, and especially this shade, because a lot of times mascaras say that they're brown or black brown, and they basically just look black on the eyelashes. But this mascara really is a true brown shade, and it's noticeable to other people as well. I was talking to my friend the other day, and we were talking, and in the middle of the conversation, she said, "Is your mascara brown?" And I was like, "Yes, it is. Thank you for noticing." So it just looks noticeably softer and more cohesive than a black mascara. So this is the completed Soft Autumn eyeshadow look, and now I'm gonna apply a bit more bronzer. And I already mentioned that you don't want bronzer to be too warm or orangey, so I'm gonna be using this Charlotte Tilbury Bronze and Glow. This bronzer is really a nice, more dusty bronzer shade. It definitely has a bit of warmth to it. I mean, it's a bronzer, but it's not orangey at all. It's more of a neutral toned bronzer, and it's just really lovely on the face. It does have a bit of a sheen to it, but no obvious like glitter or anything like that. So I think that it still works really nicely on a soft autumn. As I went through all the blushes in my collection trying to find the perfect soft autumn blush, I ended up choosing this Ravie Beauty Endless Diffusion Everyday Baked Blush in the shade Paradise. And I picked this shade because it's described as a toasty pink shade. And as you can see, it's a really lovely neutral soft pink color. It also has some brown veining in it, which really softens the blush even more and adds a bit of warmth. And the brown in it also gives it that toasty quality, making it so fitting for a soft autumn season. It has a bit of warmth, but it's also very muted and soft, and I just think it's such a lovely shade. So anyways, this is what I'm using today. And in my soft autumn research, I discovered that you really don't want a blush that is too matte or too glittery. You want something with a nice subtle sheen or slight glow to it. And that's exactly the finish that this blush has. It gives a really, really pretty, just soft and subtle lit from within glow, which is just absolutely gorgeous. I love to just add a touch of blush on my forehead and nose just to kind of tie everything in. I think I already mentioned this, but when it comes to bronzers, in my research, I was reading that a bronzer with a bit of pink in it can look just really stunning on a soft autumn season. And obviously this has a bit of pink in it, and so I think this looks just so pretty kind of over top of the bronzer as well. So you can kind of use it as a bronzer, and I think it's just such gorgeous blush. For lip liner, I'm going to be using the Ravie Beauty Soft Definition Lip Liner, and I'm going to use the shade Fig, which is a really, really pretty like neutral mauve shade. And I love this because it is not too warm, not too cool. It's right in the middle. It's not going to pull too orange on a soft autumn season. And I also am obsessed with this formula because it is a like typical creamy lip pencil, but it sets down and it stays really well throughout the day. It really is very long wearing. For lip liner, I'm going to be using the Ravie Beauty Soft Definition Longwear Lip Liner, and I'm going to use the shade Fig, which is a really lovely neutral mauve shade. It's not too warm, it's not too cool, it's not going to pull orangey or look off on a soft autumn season. And this formula is also incredible because it is very long wearing, and once you apply it, it's going to last a really, really long time on the lips. It really is a great formula. You do have a few seconds to kind of blur it out and blend it out once you first apply it, but you do have to work kind of quickly. But I really think that this lip liner is so perfect for a soft autumn because it's a muted shade. It's very soft, but it has these like earthy tones in it. It's like an earthy mauve shade, and it's very neutral. It's not gonna pull orangey on a soft autumn at all. Like I said, you do have to work kind of quick. But these do last several hours once applied, which is really, really nice. Another thing that I found in my research is that soft autumn seasons want to choose a lip product that is similar to their natural lip color so that it just looks really soft and natural on the face. And that's another reason I love this shade, is because it is very similar to my natural lip color. It's just deeper, which is exactly what I want in a lip liner. And I think like a nude lip can look really stunning on a soft autumn season, but because of my dark hair and my higher contrast level, I really need something a little bit deeper on my face personally so that I don't look washed out. For lipstick, I'm going to be using the Charlotte Tilbury lipstick in the shade Pillow Talk. So this is what the Pillow Talk shade looks like. As you can see, it's like a muted warm pink shade, but I think that it's not too warm to the point where it'll look orange on a soft autumn season because you do have warmth in your undertone. And I wanted to compare it quickly to the MAC lipstick in the shade Syrup, which I would recommend for a soft summer season, just so you can see the difference in undertone. So I don't know how well you can see that through the camera, but this is the MAC lipstick in the shade Syrup, and this is the Charlotte Tilbury lipstick in Pillow Talk, and as you can see, it's much more of a warmer shade than this MAC Syrup color, which leans a lot more purpley. Okay, so now I'm gonna apply this Charlotte Tilbury lipstick. I just have this little tiny mini size. And this is what it looks like on my lips. I almost want a bit more lip liner on just to deepen things up a bit. So I'm gonna add a bit more lip liner quickly. All right, so now that I have my lipstick on, this makeup look is complete. I'm really loving how this look turned out. I think it's really pretty. I think it's very soft. There's nothing that looks too harsh or too glittery or orangey on my face at all. I think it works really nicely, and I would love to know in the comments what your thoughts are. If you think this makeup look fits me and works on my complexion, I would love to know. If there are any other seasons that you guys would like me to make a video about and do a makeup look for, then let me know because I would love to do that as well. Thank you so much for watching. Please give this video a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.